Yes guys, welcome back to another video.
Thank you to everybody that subscribed last week. The support's been amazing. If you didn't, you know what to do. Click subscribe. But anyway, let's get into it.
This video this week, we are going to be discussing the title race all but being done, Celtic securing another SPL title, and the race to top four basically being complete too. So stick around, keep watching.
Right, so let's get straight into Man City versus Leicester. So we both watched a game last night. It was a good game. You would argue that the title race is pretty much over now, with City just got to face Brighton away next week. Can't really see them losing any points to Brighton, to be fair, not at this stage. So yeah, I'd say it's wrapped up for me, but it was a good game.
Oh, very, very good game. Well, because Leicester, the way they defended, I didn't actually think they were actually going to get breached at all. You had to see something from Vincent Kompany like that. It was a hell of a strike. It's probably, to me, it's probably going to go down as goal of the season just because what it means and the fact,
the meaning behind it.
The meaning behind it and the fact it hit top bins. Like the way he struck it, it was like, go on in. And he just did it again. Oh mate, the goal was ridiculous. It was such a good strike. So yeah, it was a good game. I really thought from watching the game, Wilfred Ndidi he's a class. He's 22 years old and he's just pure class. The way he protects his back four, I thought he was going to be one of the main reasons why Leicester didn't lose that game, because the way they defended. And he was just unreal.
As well, to be fair.
Oh, he's a Rolls Royce of a centre defence at the minute. He's unreal. He's great. So I'd be worried if I was Leicester City fans, thinking indeed he's going to, like, so many teams need CDMs as well. So I'll be worried for them. So he played really well, like unreal.
Yeah, I think the game as a whole for me was a great game as a neutral. I couldn't imagine being a Liverpool fan watching it, because it must have been so nervy.
Yeah.
Like they were saying in the game, you would have been hid behind the couch coming in the late stages until Kompany blasted one in the top corner. But
you really would.
As a City fan as well, you'd probably be shitting yourself too.
Yeah.
But
well, you heard from like 6 minutes, like you just felt the anxiety in that stadium.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the City fans helped inside that stadium, helped the team, because straight away they were anxious from the day. From as soon as that whistle went to kick the game off, they were anxious. So it must have been hard to play in.
Yeah, I do think they were quite loud though for a City crowd, which was pretty nice to hear. But I thought in the game, you know, I was nervous for City, but I did think that they handled it quite well. I mean, they did play football side to side. They were tiring Leicester out of the game.
Yeah, they were really. That's what they had to do.
I agree. It got to the point where I thought this goal isn't going to come and it will end 0-0, which then we'd be hoping for Wolves to get some points off Liverpool, but obviously it didn't happen because that Kompany stepped up. The defence just stepped off him. I think everybody did thinking if he's hitting one, he's probably going to straight over the bar.
Most of the time, your managers will say, if their centre back or their centre midfielder is going to take a shot from 30 yards out, we're doing our job right, because they're not coming to our goal. Normally, when you're taking pop shots from 30 yards out, it's what happened. You're getting frustrated. So they were frustrated, but it's just a rocket into the top corner, and it's probably one in the league. And he's done it before. He got that goal against Man United with a header from a corner when he won not the Aguero moment, obviously, but when they won one of their first titles, I think it was. He scored again. Vincent Kompany. This could be realistically goals. His goals could have won 2 titles for City, and he's going to go down as a City great.
Oh, 100%.
Well, he's probably the biggest legend City probably got. I might be overlooking Sean Goater and people like that, but he's going to be going down as one of the greats. So
he's a great player. Yeah, he's a Premier League great. He's a great role model for the sport.
Yeah,
itself as well. He's a great guy. Personally, I don't think he's good enough to stay at the club as a first team sort of player, but
no, because before that game was happening, I was thinking this he's past it now.
Exactly.
Like John Stones.
You can keep him as like a rotational player.
Still,
what he would bring to a dressing room, I'd imagine, would be loads. So
it's going to be like when Terry was
for that,
when Terry was kept around at Chelsea.
Yeah, when he was coming to the end of his Chelsea career, he was good enough.
Yeah,
to come on for the the Leicester games. When you're playing like bottom half of the Premier League, you're probably playing fine. It's not going to make a difference, but
definitely.
Higher
those physical teams,
you want to start getting your younger
Bernies and stuff like that. He's still brute force.
When it comes to like speed up front,
I thought
Vardy or Rashford or someone like that, they're going to have them all day.
No, definitely. But I think
but he had a good game, didn't he? To be fair, he actually had quite a good game.
It was picking balls left, right, centre.
There was a moment with that slit where you thought, oh god, it's another Gerrard moment, but he recovered, to be fair, and got
they never really got Vardy in behind the back four at all. Like
they didn't utilise the pace they could have.
But they were pinned in so much, so it's hard. It was hard because it was City. There was one point at the start of the second half. possession was like 51% in Leicester's half and 49% in the halfway line and zero. I think like it's ridiculous. They bossed the whole game. They deserve the win. They're an amazing team, but it just brings me on to Liverpool. I'm probably 0.01% of the population that feels sorry for Liverpool and actually want Jurgen Klopp to win the title. He's one of the main reasons, along with Van Dijk, that I want Liverpool to win the league, but it's not going to happen. They're not going to. City aren't going to drop points, but Liverpool could finish on 97 points, and not win the league.
You know how I feel about Liverpool. Like I'm not their biggest fan, obviously, but I appreciate what they've done this season. To be fair, it's been an amazing run. Any other year, they would have won the Premier League hands down. To be fair, but this City team, which are just class above.
The amount of like memes and the amount of people I talk to and they give Jurgen Klopp, he just loses finals. This team he's built is an unreal team. He's just so unfortunate. It's like the Messi. Like I'm not comparing it. Like it's similar to like the Messi and Ronaldo situation where they're both really. We just got to appreciate them both, and they're both unfortunate. They're both unfortunate that they're in the same era. And it's same with. Klopp, he's just unfortunate. He's managing the Premier League when Pep's managing in the Premier League. He's just because 97 points. I know I've seen everyone probably seen the stat where Alex Ferguson's the most points Alex Ferguson ever got in a season was 91. This is the first time in the Premier League history that two teams have finished on 90 plus points at the same time. Like if someone's got 90 points, they've won the league every single time. They're going to finish on 97, lose one game, and they're probably going to have. They're most likely going to have a. They're most likely going to have a trophyless season.
I know, which would be shocking to be fair. It's that squad you've got, but it is what it is at the end of the day. We've said it, Brighton aren't really going to take anything off City. If anything, you'd expect Wolves to get something out of the game against Liverpool if anybody was going to drop points.
But it is similar to the Aguero moment with Mancini, when Mancini was in charge, because Man United went to Sunderland and you thought that was a gimme and they got the points. And then you saw City were at home to QPR and you saw City aren't going to drop points to QPR. It's City's title, so you know. And they were 2-2. They were drawing 2-2 towards the last couple of minutes of the game in extra time. So it could. But it could still happen. So Brighton could. You can't take anything away from it. But if you're a better man, and if you're to be fair, it's really unrealistically that's going to happen. I do feel it's City's title. No, it's City's title now. So
I think if you're a Liverpool player. Even most Liverpool fans, Klopp himself are probably looking at it thinking it's done now.
It's done, yeah. You were betting on Leicester because Leicester are on good form.
Exactly. They were the team with Brendan, especially there with his Liverpool past, that if they were going to drop points, it would have been there.
Oh, 100%.
But it's not.
And unfortunately,
you obviously expected United to get something out of that game, which I never thought we would take anything off City, and we didn't.
No.
So it's ended the way I thought it would end, to be honest. But take nothing away from Liverpool. They've had a great season. Klopp's an amazing manager.
They still they deserve
next season. I think they'll be on fire again.
They deserve some sort of. I think they deserve some respect. Everyone's going to call them bottle jobs. You can't call them bottle jobs when you finish on 97 points.
No,
the other team was so they deserve
one loss.
They might
the whole season.
No, they might not win the title, but City will win it. And talking of winning titles, there's only one team. Let's get to it. Let's talk about the team. Right, before we get going. Let's just appreciate this. Let's just appreciate the boys going at it at the Pataudry. Champions again, champions again, champions again. Right. No, let's get into it. Celtic have just won another unprecedented league title, taking their total up to 8 league titles in a row and 8 domestic trophies in a row, and it just annoys me so much the way it just gets brushed aside like it's not even a big accomplishment. Like, oh mate, it's so annoying.
Would you not say? And I think this is what most people's argument would be to that comment is it's a one-horse race league, it's a one-team league.
Yeah, but so is Ligue 1, the French division. So is French, and do PSG win every single trophy? Do they clean up?
They don't this year.
Do they clean up? No, they don't. They haven't done it this year. I'm talking about how much that it is an accomplishment to do it 3 seasons in a row. To win it 3 seasons in a row, you potentially could do the treble. Even if we don't actually win the other cup at the end of the year, to win 8 trophies in a row, every domestic trophy available in a row, it's just so, it winds me up. And also, what makes this achievement so big is that if you look at this season as a whole, Celtic have lost Moussa Dembele, one of the best players to grace the SPL in recent years. Gone and he's smashing it at Lyon, looking like he might be coming back to the English League. Man United are even looking at him. Losing a player of that stature, then you're losing at someone. Okay, where else are our other goals going to come from? Okay, we've got Edouard, great signing, another good sign. Looked really good previous season. Got him in this year, but this is before we all knew how well he's going to do in his second season. But we lost Lee Griffiths, and he's a prolific goal scorer in that division. We lose him halfway through the season, more than halfway through the season. We lose Brendan Rodgers, one of the best managers from my day, since we've had Martin O'Neill. Yeah, he's a snake, shouldn't have left us, but that just putting that as a challenge to overcome. But then you still win the Premier League, not just win it, we're smashing it. And your rivals are getting bigger. Your rivals, Rangers, are spending nearly 15 million in the transfer window in January. Obviously getting Jermaine Defoe, Stephen Davies from the Premier League. They're looking to capitalise on Brendan Rodgers. Obviously, well, the team that Brendan Rodgers built, they're trying to capitalise, trying to build an attack against us. But still, we stood up, we stood counted, and we're cleaned up again. And people think it's easy because it's a blimmin' one team league. It's not. Every single game is a cup final. Every single game is a cup final for every team that plays Celtic. And you know from a Man United team how it used to feel when you were the best team in the country. Everyone wants to beat you. Everyone ups their game against you. And whilst we're doing that, we're still blooding the best Scottish youngsters that are available. They're still the PFA Player of the Year was James Forrest this season. James Forrest this season. He's been unbelievable this season. But alongside it, Celtic fans obviously watch the Celtic team and they know who their consistent performers. Callum McGregor is technically probably the best player in the SPL. He's unreal, and that's another academy product. Yes, Forrest has been around for yonks now. If you're a Celtic fan, you know how long he's been around. But McGregor's come through. Ryan Christie's come through. They've even given some sort of Ralston, obviously, sometimes, and obviously probably he would make it into most top 6 for me. Most top 6 at left back is Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney's come through. We're still blooding all our academy players and cleaning up and consistently not dropping many points, winning every single trophy. And it's so annoying. Like, how can you not give credit to that? I don't get what you can't give credit to. Because name me another professional team that does that has done that.
No, I wouldn't. I'd agree with what you're saying in terms of their achievements. I wouldn't take that away from them at all. But just a couple of questions out of that. Do you think they'll replicate it going forward into next season, or do you think Steven Gerrard will be able to make a difference at Rangers going into next season?
Steven Gerrard, his football snobbery when it comes to the SPL. I pray he is not successful. I pray. All he's done is criticise Scottish football since he's come in.
Yeah.
He's achieved fuck all. I don't care if I'm swearing. He's achieved nothing, and he's criticised. He's never won a league title in his life anyway. So what does he know about winning league titles anyway? So
you got a point there, to be fair.
So
I got a point as well.
Yeah. So he's. I hope he doesn't. I hope he's not successful.
Do you think if you were to put Celtic in a league with, say, the top 6 of the Premier League, they would be able to compete?
It's
still?
a stupid argument because if we were,
it'd have to become an international league.
It'd have to be. I reckon it would be a European league if that was to ever happen. But it's a stupid argument because we get the championship teams that finish in the relegation zone get more money than what SPL teams do. Yeah. So if Celtic have,
if you hand them the same amount of money,
if Celtic had the funding of the Premier League teams, there'll be a top. Give them a few seasons. If they just got plunked in the top division, didn't have to work their way up, there'll be a top team. They've got the fan base. They've got the fan base, the scope, everything. They are one of the biggest clubs in Britain. So regardless of who you're playing against, if you do it based on club size, they'll be in the top 6 teams. Celtic and Rangers will be in top 6. Yeah. Right? You can't have that conversation. I just want to have that little rant on Celtic, and that's what I want to do.
You've got it out.
I've got it out my system. Everyone, let me know how you feel.
I just want to ask one more question.
Go on then.
Just because I'd like to know your answer on it. What do you think could be done in the SPL to make it a better league?
You need more funding. You need
So
more
you
funding.
think it's just funding?
Yeah, it needs
If
more
more
funding.
money
That's
was
the
pumped
reason.
into that league,
It would be a hard. But we'll be able,
league.
like over 50% of players in the Premier League, in the English Premier League, are foreign. The reason why the English Premier League is so big and so good and watched everywhere, because it's been building for it, is for money, and in fact they can attract all the foreign players to want to play in their thing. All the big names that come from France, Netherlands, and all those type of players, if you took them all out of the English Premier League, it won't be nowhere near it is, and that's due to money. And the fact that blooming Scottish Premier League teams, you got Scottish Premier League teams playing on 3G pitches. It's because they can't afford to run and re-turf like pitches, and that's why Steven Gerrard's snobbery is so annoying. Because he's like, oh, we're playing on 3G pitches, we're playing on plastic pitches. It's because they don't have enough money to run like the pitches. Just play.
Football at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it.
So
I get heated about Scottish football because there's so much snobbery in it, but. Well, from an English point of view, and I'm an Englishman that supports a Scottish team, which is a bit weird anyway.
So
but
we need more money in the SPL.
Yeah, it's never going to compete with any of the major leagues because it doesn't get funded as much as the major leagues.
Exactly.
So it's never. But
that's what it needs.
It's fine. At least we've got the beautiful game still in there. But it's all good. That's me done on the Scottish League. Let's move on to the race for the top four quickly. We'll touch on that.
Isn't it, to be fair.
Yeah, it's done.
We discussed it all day. Obviously, I'm a United fan, so it's big blow, but when it comes to it, I don't think any United fan really can hold their head up and say, oh, we deserve top four, because we probably don't. And going into it, I think, obviously it's easy for me to say no, we haven't got it, but now I've thought about it, it's probably not necessarily a bad thing. I think it would have been an embarrassment for us.
It's only a bad thing because the Europa League can still be a distraction, but as long as you go into Europa League, if you just want to focus on the Premier League, not do what Jose Mourinho did because you had a shit season when you won the Europa League, and the only reason why you got into the Champions League is because you won the Europa League. It is a good route.
He lost focus of the Premier League, didn't he, because of the Europa League.
It is a good route, but if you...
What are you saying about it? You need to sort of stumble through the group. You know,
just play your youth.
Play Greenwood. If they get through then to the the quarterfinals to semi-finals, then you might field a better team. But our main focus has got to be the Premier League.
Unless
you can talk back to the hills come home about what United are going to do next season, what the transfer window will bring them. That's not it. They're right. They're not getting Champions League football. They'll probably finish sixth. They might skim fifth by look at their teeth, but I doubt it. But
doesn't really matter if you're fifth, sixth. It doesn't really matter. It's
Arsenal's filling with a hope, you could say.
Nah, they've got. It's eight goal difference. It's 8 goal difference. Arsenal was shocking at Brighton.
No, I mean in terms of them winning the Europa League.
Oh yeah. They still got
that route.
They still got that hope, but I don't think they're good enough to win a European trophy. So I think Chelsea will win that European trophy, and Chelsea will come third. I think Chelsea played really well against second half. They played really well against Watford, which is a big scout. Beating Watford 3-0. Not many teams have beaten Watford this year. So I really don't like Chelsea. Well, they're not my favourite club, and to put it lightly, they're not my favourite club. But the fact that Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he got a goal and he's looking like he's a really good player. I think.
Great player.
Other than Hazard, he's been involved in more goals for Chelsea since the turn of the year. So it's looking quite good for them if they do have their transfer ban. At least they've got some good youngsters coming through.
Yeah, we were talking about it as well. Depending on tomorrow's result for Tottenham as well, where their focus will be on their last game of the season. I think if they do get a result against Ajax and manage to scrape through to the final, I don't think they'll care about third or fourth. They'll be happy because they're getting Champions League either way, and their main concentration will be
they won't care. As long as they don't lose
final.
heavily to Everton on the last game of the season, they'll get to top four.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter to them. So the top four race is done. I reckon Chelsea will get the third place, the spot place, even though they've got Leicester. I think Chelsea are going to come third. Tottenham, like you said, they've got an eye on something else at the moment. But it could be all done by Wednesday. Could be all done by the weekend. Well, they could be knocked out of against Ajax on Wednesday night tomorrow, and they could just throw everything at top four, but they'll get that anyway. Man United haven't been good enough over the course of the season. Chelsea have actually warranted a top four place just because of the way they started the season as well, because it was like them and Liverpool, I think, that were like unbeaten for like 15 games at the start, which people do think they failed to remember. They actually had a really good start under Sarri. So I think consistently Tottenham have actually been there or thereabouts, even though they lost 13 games this season. They've just been ahead of Arsenal and Man United, and that's the way the season's going to finish.
Yeah, so City, Liverpool, Chelsea,
Tottenham, and that's
Arsenal,
it. Who cares
United.
about the rest?
Yeah.
Well, I don't care about the rest because I'm just top 4 snob, and I don't care about any of the other Premier League teams. No, I'm joking. But no, in regards to the top 4 race, that's how it's going to finish, and then 5th and 6th, it doesn't really matter, does it? So
yeah, big summer, big transfer window. Can't wait for next season, but I'm excited just to see what will happen in the transfer window to all clubs, not just United.
Yeah, it's going to be a big summer,
huge,
big summer,
big signings.
But thanks for those that are watching. If you enjoyed the rant, if you enjoyed us talking about the title race, and if you enjoyed us talking about the top 4, just briefly, just touching it, because we did do a whole video on it last week, and we kind of thought this is how it may end up. But so, if you liked it, hit like, hit share, hit subscribe mainly. Please keep subscribing. We want to grow that as much as possible. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Cheers.